You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Defending liberty 1 hour at a time and broadcasting live from the RWB Network studios in New York City, this is the Ryno Report. Always right.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go.
We are going to raise taxes on the middle class.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You are very rude.
We are going to make America great again. USA! USA! USA!
My fellow Americans, let's roll.
And now, here's your host, the Ryno.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Hello, hello, hello. I am the Ryno, and this is my report. Today, Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. And we are coming to you from the RWB Network Studios here in New York and distributed by CRN Digital Talk Radio. One of my favorite movies of all time is Back to the Future. I love it. What's not to like? You have a crazy old scientist. You have Alex P. Keaton in a down vest. You have a cool-as-hell DeLorean. And you have time travel. It has all the makings of an Oscar winner, if you ask me. But what if you could really see into the future? Would you want to? Would you like what you see, or would it be the ultimate spoiler alert? Would you change the way you're living now to try and sway the outcome, or is that already baked into the outcome? It's an interesting question. Well, researchers found that 90% of us do not want to know what happens in the future. I don't know about looking 25 years down the road, but I would like to know what tonight's Powerball numbers are. That's about as far as I want to see. All right, let's get to today's headlines. First, in just over 1 month, mainstream media, Democrats, along with a few select Republicans, have used just about every attack possible on President Trump, and to really no avail. So it begs the question, do they have any more rounds in the chamber? And if so, what are they? Also, a new poll shows that Donald Trump has a negative approval rating. Over the last year, we've seen that most polls are terribly skewed. So why does mainstream media keep thinking that they are still influencing public opinion? Perhaps the answer lies in the poll itself. And the DNC is inching closer and closer to picking their new chairperson. If you're a Democrat, the frontrunner might just leave you scrambling to change your voter registration. All that plus NASA finds 7 new homes among the cosmos for our crybaby celebrities. A New York judge tells a drug addict to keep her legs closed. And could Milo's bad weekend parlay itself into a financial windfall for him? We have a lot to get to today, but first, let's kick the show off with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a ton to get to today, but in the meantime, you have to check out RynoReport.com. RynoReport.com. We have new articles going up today. We have new Ryno rants. I put some new videos up there. You got to check those out. And as always, you got to follow me on Twitter at Ryno on Air. That's at Ryno, R-Y-N-O on Air. You can also follow us on Gab or Facebook.com/The Ryno Report. And you can always email me questions, concerns, comments, whatever you got. Ryno, R-Y-N-O, at rwbnetwork.com. We have a lot to get to today, guys. Hang in there. Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today. All right, guys, welcome back to this Wednesday edition of the Ryno Report. We have a lot to get to today, but first, we have to do our big shout-outs to everyone listening on Red Nation Rising Radio Network, as well as streamingtalkradio.com, KLRNradio.com, Western Free Press, and as always, CRNtalk.com, or download that CRN app, and you can take us wherever you go throughout your day. You can also find the older episodes on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio, or RynoReport.com. Got all that out of the way. Now we have something to talk about here. There's a big discovery. This is breaking news. NASA has found 7 Earth-like planets. Earth-like. I don't know how far away they are. They got to be like, I don't know, 20 light years away or something. I mean, they always find these planets, and they're like so far away you can't even comprehend. And I think sometimes the idea of space in general is very hard to comprehend, to wrap your head around things like a light year away, traveling at the speed of light for 1 year. Now, do that for 21 years. That winds up being a long time. I believe even in space-time, you can drink at that age, 21. I guess the star is called TRAPPIST-1. That's the name of the star that has these 7 Earth-like planets. They call them exoplanets, I believe, planets that are like ours, but outside of our solar system. You know, it begs the question, is there life there? Is there intelligent life there? Is there intelligent life here? It begs that question. I don't know. You know, it's hard. For me, it's like the universe is so old. You're talking about something that, depending on which scientist you talk to, is between 7 and 14 billion years old. So you would have to believe that somewhere in this vast, expanding, constantly expanding universe, there has to be life somewhere. And, you know, we've all seen the movies Independence Day or Arrival, which was a terrible, terrible movie, by the way. I saw that recently. If it went any slower, it would be going in reverse. That's how slow that movie was. But, you know, maybe it's a microbe, maybe it's an ant, maybe it's some large sea creature. Who knows? Who knows? But we have this sort of obsession with it. A lot of movies revolve around it. If you saw Interstellar, that was really weird, about singularities and black holes and things like that. And they had The Martian with Matt Damon. We like this stuff. And even going back into the 50s and the 60s, we liked it back then too. It's like Western movies, right? Western movies are really a part of Americana, and so are these space movies. It's just, we like to see things that we don't know about. We're relying on the director, the producer, the art director, the catering company that delivers the sandwiches. We're relying on them to give us their opinion of what things out there might look like. And as the CGI gets better with some of these movies, it really makes you think that, you know, maybe someone does know what the heck is going on out there. But, so 7 planets, so we can send, I mean, these celebrities that wanted to leave the planet, right, like Cher, I mean, they can have their own planet, and they can destroy that planet, or I guess they think they're saving it. We can send, they can be the first explorers to go looking for these exoplanets. I nominate them. That would be a huge honor. We'll name a high school after them, and that'll be that. They'll be gone. We can get Lena Dunham on a spaceship. We can get that Ashley Judd on a spaceship, maybe Cher. Perhaps Michael Moore will need 2 spaceships to carry his fat ass into space. But for some, we'll get them out there somehow. Somehow. NASA can do it, and if NASA can, I think Elon Musk could, SpaceX. And if it blows up like they have a habit of doing, I don't know. I guess we'll have to name 2 high schools after them. Hope you guys are having a great day, regardless of what planet you're on right now. We had a busy day today. I was working all morning. I had meetings to go to. I was on job sites. So everything is kind of going 100 miles an hour for me today. But I was also on a radio show this morning. Jeff Cruaire, he's on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans. That was a lot of fun. That was about, I guess it was 11 o'clock this morning, Eastern Time. We talked about Hillary. We talked about heroin. I mean, I guess the two kind of go hand in hand. See, when I go on these shows, everybody wants to talk about Hillary. We're sick of talking about Hillary. I don't want to talk about her anymore, but my proximity to Chappaqua keeps her in the news just about every day around here, so we're a little bit more up on it than some people. And, of course, the question is she going to run for mayor of New York City? And, you know, my answer is, yeah, I think so. That's what it seems to be pointing to. They need the influence, they need the money. The Clinton Foundation running dry right now, so they need to get some influence back, whether it's as mayor, whether it's as dog catcher, who knows. I think she's waiting to see what happens with Comrade Mayor Bill de Blasio. He is under very, very intense investigation now by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Preet Bharara, who's about as good as they get. He's like the Trey Gowdy of the North. He's really, really good. I believe he's undefeated, too. He's already locked up a couple of politicians who were on the take and who were doing some other unsavory type things. Sheldon Silver, Dean Scalos, they're both sitting in the clink right now because of Preet Bharara's investigations. And he is looking into de Blasio. They had to arrange this meeting where he's going to be interviewed, and it was going to be at a neutral location. Now it's going to be in de Blasio's lawyer's office. I guess he's already spent $13 million in legal fees. So it sounds like de Blasio is going to be on the fast train out of here. Maybe he'll try to catch one of those spaceships. So I think Hillary is waiting to see what happens there. I don't think she really wants to go against de Blasio. He's kind of one of her last friends. But the Clintons will do what they have to do. They'll say what they have to say to keep influence to get elected. So we talked about that. And then I got ambushed by a guy named the Colonel. The Colonel came on air, and we had a spirited conversation about George W. for some odd reason. I guess the Colonel's still living in 2005. But it was fun. If you want to go check it out, that's Jeff Cruare's show, 990 AM in New Orleans. That was fun. So, we have to talk about mainstream media. Got to talk about it. I mean, this seems to be what we're going to be talking about for a long time. And the last 12 hours, there's been a lot of talk about a poll. So we had the Rasmussen poll last week, which showed Donald Trump with a 55% approval rating, and that got little to no coverage. It made the rounds in Internet Talk Radio. Maybe you heard about it on some other bigger shows, but that's about it. You didn't see much. And you didn't hear much from the Rasmussen side of things during the election either. They chose to cite polls like PPP, which is notoriously bad. PPP at one point asked people if we should bomb Agrabah. Should we bomb Agrabah? And people would say yes, or they would say no. Well, Agrabah is actually a fictional city in the movie Aladdin. So they were asking questions like that. They would ask questions like, do you think the South should have won the Civil War? But those were the polls that mainstream media was citing. That and SurveyMonkey, right? That's the new one, SurveyMonkey. Well, they team up with NBC. NBC commissions the poll, SurveyMonkey conducts the poll, and they put out numbers that will support the narrative. We saw this during the election. We can't run bad news about Donald Trump and then show him winning in polls that we sponsor. Well, here we go again. It's happening again. They team up with SurveyMonkey. NBC has done nothing but run negative stories about Donald Trump for the last 3 months. And lo and behold, according to SurveyMonkey, Donald Trump has an unfavorable rating of 55%. So, what we can deduce from that is he probably has a favorable rating of 75%. We'll keep going with this when we come back. Guys, do not go anywhere.
Mortgage rates are at all-time lows. If you have not refinanced your current mortgage in the last few years, you could be losing thousands of dollars a year by paying too high of an APR. And the place to call is LendingTree to find out how low you can go. We can match you with lenders offering some of the lowest rates APRs available. Some APRs are lower than 3%. Imagine how much money you can save every month if your current mortgage is at 6% or higher. And all it takes is one free call to LendingTree to match you with a lender who may be able to lower your current home mortgage rate. Learn how to potentially save thousands by refinancing your current mortgage. Call LendingTree right now. NMLS 1136.
800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. That's 800-628-5067.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you'll never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins, plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, zeblis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
Alright guys, welcome back to the show. You gotta check out all of the older, more mature episodes on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, and iHeartRadio, or RynoReport.com. So, Survey Monkey. The monkey says Donald Trump has a negative approval rating. -5. -5. You would think that with all of the bad press and the riots and the burning the cars and the campuses on fire, he'd be -95. -5, I'll take it. I'll take it from Survey Monkey. But we have to look back if we're going to do our due diligence. We have to look back to November 7th of 2016. That was like 100 years ago. I get that. Survey Monkey said Hillary Clinton would win by 6 points in a 4-way race. Survey Monkey also said that Hillary Clinton would win by 7 points in a 2-way race, and we all know how that turned out. So, Survey Monkey, NBC, we get it. We know what's going on. But the left, they love this. Mainstream media, they love it. They think their attacks are working. It lends credibility to their nightly news reports, to their 24-hour CNNs, fake news, MSNBC. It lends the credibility. What we're doing is really taking hold. People don't like President Trump. You know what? Good. Let them keep up with the attacks. Let them keep doing what they're doing. I have no problem coming on this show once a day for an hour, 5 days a week, and taking it on. Doesn't bother me. In fact, it's good for me. I'll do this every single day. Mainstream media has an approval rating lower than Congress. Let that sink in for a second. This type of smear, of besmirchment, didn't exactly help Hillary Clinton win the election now, did it? They tried really hard. It didn't work, so let them keep doing it. Because what they're doing is they're barking up the wrong tree. This is like termite bait, and they're taking it. Let them keep taking it. I don't care. We can do this every day. I can write articles every week about how bad they are. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm sure you guys are okay with it too. It's not swaying everybody. It's not swaying anybody. The public is already aware of the collusion between mainstream media and the Democrat Party. And of course, that was through the 50,000 emails leaked with WikiLeaks. They never once denied anything that was said in those leaks. They were just mad they came out. We saw the veto power the Hillary camp was given on stories, on quotes and news. We heard about the John Podesta cocktail parties with members of the mainstream media press. We heard about DNC chairwoman Donna Brazile giving debate questions. We heard a lot through these things. John Harwood, remember him? He was joking around and yucking it up with John Podesta about the hard time he gave the GOP primary candidates during that debate that he moderated. We're aware. We're already aware of all this, so let them keep doing it. We are only 1 month into Trump's first term, and mainstream media has already fired almost all of their rounds. What was the first thing? Donald Trump is a racist. Well, every Republican's a racist. Don't they know that by now? I mean, that's what I'm told anyway, and I've said it before. I don't care what you call me. I don't care. I've been called much, much worse. But Donald Trump was a racist. That was the first thing. And we get the Black Lives Matter all ginned up. And nobody who's African American or Hispanic, they don't like him because Donald Trump is a racist. And when you ask the question why, you just don't get an answer. The answer is because he's Republican. That's the answer. Well, that's not really cutting it anymore. Then we heard Donald Trump is a xenophobe. He's a xenophobe. And then Donald Trump, he hates immigrants. Absolutely hates immigrants. I mean, he just so happens to be married to one, so that kind of surprises me. And when they say that Donald Trump hates immigrants, what they're doing is they're trying to parlay this into the illegal immigration narrative. And what they have yet to learn is that playing up to a group of people that can't vote will not win them elections. So I'm perfectly okay with them doing what they're doing. We expected it. We're prepared for it. We're responding to it, and they don't like it. So let a Survey Monkey poll show whatever a Survey Monkey poll shows. It's monkey see, monkey do. That's what's going on in mainstream media. Ask Hillary Clinton. Ask her about how those polls worked out for her. Ask her if mainstream media helped her out at all. Or is she just trekking through the woods of Chappaqua and going to Broadway shows now, thinking about running for mayor of New York? We'll be right back, guys. We have a lot more to get to. You're listening to the Ryno Report, defending liberty 1 hour at a time.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Well, the Oscars are this Sunday, and over the last several years, the Best Female Actress category has been the toughest to call. This year is no different, with a deep roster of solid performances. Past winner Natalie Portman has surprisingly come up short with other award groups. Her performance as Jackie Kennedy in Jackie, losing out to Emma Stone's La La Land song and dance repeatedly. Be sure and check out the 89th Academy Awards this Sunday on ABC, and for more reviews, interviews, movie stuff, follow me on Twitter at The Mungle.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins. Plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, Zeppelis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
All right, guys, welcome back to this Wednesday edition of the Ryno Report. So, Trump by the numbers. First month, 24 executive orders, 4 bills signed into law, 1 Supreme Court nomination, a good conservative off of his list, as he promised. He's going to have a replacement for the Affordable or Not So Affordable Care Act on his desk within a couple of weeks. 14 cabinet-level nominations approved. He's having a pretty good month. He's gotten a lot done. We all expected this. Well, mainstream media didn't expect it. Democrats didn't expect it, but they should have. They should have, and they thought he was going to act more presidential. And by acting more presidential, what that really means, what that's really code for is act like everybody else. Don't do these things that we don't know how to combat. See, when he comes out and he talks to the people, when he tweets, when he does things like that, those are what they're calling not presidential. And they're not presidential because they don't have a playbook for going up against that. So now he's unpresidential, he's unhinged. You guys know it. So we got the Survey Monkey poll, 55% unapproval rate with the Survey Monkeys. Also, but you have this other poll that shows who do you trust more, Donald Trump or mainstream media, and he wins 49-42. So they're emptying the chamber. He's a racist, he's a xenophobe, he hates immigrants, even though he's married to one. And the new thing is he's anti-Semitic. That's the new one. And this was coming. You could script this. You see this coming a mile away. It's like a bad Hollywood movie. You know what's going to happen. He's anti-Semitic, which is interesting. Very, very interesting, and you would think they wouldn't go there just a couple of days after he meets with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who calls him like the best friend Israel ever had. Somehow, he's anti-Semitic because he didn't denounce anti-Semitism. Like, he should just come out and say it's bad, and then he does come out and say it's bad, and they go, oh, it's too late now. It's too late now. Like, they are so completely unhinged, and they don't know what direction's up anymore. It's like they got hit with an avalanche, and they don't know what direction is up. So they gotta like spit a little bit to see which direction the spit travels, because to find the up, they don't know where it is. He's anti-Semitic. Half of his family is Jewish. All of his kids are married to Jewish people. It's his daughter converted. Like I said, Netanyahu called him like the best friend Israel ever had or ever will have. He's against the Iran nuclear deal. You know, the same Iran who has pledged death to Israel. This is your anti-Semitic president. He's called Israel one of our best allies. Some of his closest personal friends are Jewish. His closest personal friends before becoming a candidate, before being president, are Jewish. Is this the MO of an anti-Semite? Having so many close Jewish contacts? I mean, they don't know what direction to go in. But the chamber is almost empty, and we're only 1 month in. They're almost out of ammo. Look at what's going on. Let's take the last 30 days as a cross-section of the entire presidency of Donald Trump. The stock market is kicking ass. It's doing really, really well. Companies have pledged over 1 million new jobs in America. Almost $500 billion in monetary investments coming into this country have been pledged. Companies like Carrier, Ford, Fiat Chrysler scrapped plans to build new facilities in other countries to stay here. They're unhinged because people are starting to warm up to him. They're starting to say, you know what, maybe he isn't the most eloquent. Maybe he has a funny haircut. Maybe he looks like he self-tans too much. But he's doing what he said he would do. And whether you like politics or not, or you like Trump or not, you have to respect the fact that somebody does what they've told you they were going to do. We're just not used to it. We're really not used to it. So, you know, this is where it's going to go. When you had a president like Barack Obama, who was willing to see jobs go overseas, jobs go to Mexico, and then turn around and tell the American people, well, we're just going to have to retrain you. I mean, you were good at building air conditioners and all, but now you have to learn how to fix photocells on a solar panel. We looked at him like he was nuts, but we said, you know what, maybe that's the way things are. We were kind of brainwashed, and people said, you know, the guys who were working on air conditioners for 35 years who knew how to change a capacitor and change a compressor were now thinking, I mean, I guess I'll learn this stuff, but do I have to? And Obama would say, well, unless there's some magic wand you can wave to keep the jobs here, well, that's what we're going to have to do. We have to adapt to survive. Well, whatever Donald Trump is waving, it's working pretty well because these jobs are staying here. Mainstream media can't understand why we're not listening. You know that while they're touting the SurveyMonkey poll, unapproval rating of 55%, they know it's garbage. They know every single number in there is garbage. And I can tell you how they know. They can tell because their ratings are down. They're plummeting. The advertisers will go away. I promise you that. From my very, very short little time in media, I can tell you the advertisers, or at least the money they're willing to pay for those numbers they're seeing now, is going to go down. Donald Trump is cracking down on the illegal aliens. He's cracking down on people coming into this country from places that want to do us harm. And we have that new executive order coming out any minute. Now, see, this is a little better rollout, just to get off topic for a second, than the last one. If there's one area where Donald Trump needs to improve, it's with the rollout. I think we can all agree upon that. Is that he has to have the PR out there beforehand. And we're already hearing what's going to be in it, whereas the last one, it kind of fell like a sack of potatoes in our laps, and we said, okay, most of us are fine with it. But you had to get the moderates on board, you had to get the independents on board, and that's where the rollout helps. So we're starting to see now what the new one might look like, and it's going to be the same 7 countries, but if you have a visa, then you can come in and not be pulled aside by TSA. And I think people can agree with that. I'd love to see what mainstream media can pick apart on that one, just showing their allegiance to the Muslim cause. I don't know, maybe. We'll talk about that when we get back. We have a lot more to get to, you guys. Hang in there. You're listening to the Ryno Report, part of the RWB Network. Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right. For you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right. In Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. Little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Hope you're having a great day, and thank you for tuning in to today's episode. So I thought it was funny yesterday that they had, this thing was trending like all day. It was refugees welcome, because somebody, I guess, scaled up the Statue of Liberty, and they dropped this sign. It said, refugees welcome on the Statue of Liberty. It's a photo op. I mean, come on. You know what? Here's the compromise. Here's my compromise. Since you're going to invoke the Statue of Liberty, and you're going to invoke things like the new Colossus, which is not a founding document, bring me you're poor, you're tired, you're weak, whatever. They want to say it's part of our founding document. It's not. It's a nice poem by Emma Lazarus. But so since they want to use the Statue of Liberty so bad, and as a symbol for refugees to come in here, then fine. Here's my compromise. Let's put them through Ellis Island. Let's reopen Ellis Island, and let's put them through there. Let's measure their faces. Let's measure their nostrils. Let's strip them down. I mean, let's really degrade them the same way, my grandfather was degraded when he wanted to come from Italy into this country, or my other grandfather from Ireland into this country. Maybe we should do that. I mean, they were vetted pretty good. I mean, they had to, urinate in cups, and it was a terrible, terrible process, what they had to go through. They couldn't just hop a jet, come here, and say, you know what? Hello, America. They couldn't do that. There was a process. If you wanted to be here, you had to go through the rigors of wanting to be in this country. You had to adapt. You had to love this country. So if you're going to invoke the Statue of Liberty, which is right next to Ellis Island, by all means, let's open it back up and put them through there. That's my compromise. So, we're off topic. Mainstream media using up all the ammo for what? What are they using it for? What's the end game? What do they think will happen? A do-over? Okay, we goofed. We'll do this over. No, it's not going to happen. See, the public sees the divisiveness of what mainstream media is doing. They don't want to work together. There's no working together. If Donald Trump said let's work together, they'd call him a racist. That's what they would do. That's the response. You're racist, you're anti-Semitic. We're not going to work together, because working together for a Democrat is just doing what they want. That's what working together is. See, I was all for. After the election, I had it was small. I'm not going to say it was very large, but I had a small amount of sympathy for these Hillary supporters because they were told and told and told they were going to win. Don't worry about it. They had fireworks scheduled. They had the glass ceiling. They're at the Jacob Javits Center. I felt a little bad for them, just a little bit, because I've been on that losing side so many times. If it's not politics, it's sports. I'm always losing. I'm really good at picking losers. So I felt a little sympathy for them. Now, not anymore. It's all gone. I have none. It's not there. It disappeared. Because that little bit of sympathy I had said, you know what, maybe we can work together on a few little small things. But now, you know what? I don't care. I don't want to work together either. So, you know, the election to the average person, people that are just out there and they don't really pay attention. They pay attention once every 4 years for a couple of months. You know, if their guy won, yay. If their guy didn't win, well, you know, no biggie. We'll try again next time. But the average person out there also wants to be safe. They want to be prosperous. They want to have a strong global presence. And they're seeing that this Donald Trump character is providing that. So the average person, despite what mainstream media thinks and wants them to think, they don't want to be told how to act. They don't want to be told what they can say, what they can't say, and they just have not caught on to this yet. They are really living in the echo chamber of the coast. See, mainstream media just listens to each other. New York, LA, San Francisco, and they still have the belief that the farmer in Iowa really relishes the lifestyle of a stockbroker in New York, and that's just not the case. The farmer in Iowa is a farmer in Iowa because he relishes working in the fields. He relishes making corn. He relishes a family value structure. He doesn't want to be a stockbroker. He doesn't want to be an actor, but they still think that everybody in the middle of the country, if they could live in the cities, they would. They don't understand that. They just don't want to. It's a different there's a different makeup in the people. And until the drive-bys and mainstream media, the press in general, realize that, they're going down a very dangerous path of losing. Believe me, I have lost a lot. I cheer for all the worst teams. I know what losing looks like, and they are losing big time. Big time. The mainstream media, they're playing into this small, rabid, ill-informed, but well-funded crowd of, glorified Occupy Wall Streeters and, or as we call it now, the Democrat Party, and it's just not playing well. Just not playing well with the average person, so they can cite whatever poll they want for the next 3 weeks. We all know the real answer. We all know it. Some Democrats believe the end game lies in impeachment or removal. I don't see where the high crime or misdemeanor is with Donald Trump. I mean, it's not like he gave guns to Mexican cartels. It's not like he left 4 Americans to die in Benghazi. It's not even like he fostered nuclear capability with the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, or fostered an environment conducive to the execution of police officers. Yeah, he didn't sign illegal executive orders when it comes to amnesty or circumnavigate the confirmation process by using recess appointments. He didn't trade 5 terrorists for 1 deserter. So I failed to see where the misdemeanor or high crime is with Donald Trump, but looking back in retrospect, it's awfully evident who did commit the high crimes, who did commit the misdemeanors. And mainstream media was absent. Absolutely absent. This is not going to end in an invocation of the 25th Amendment. It's not going to end in impeachment. It's going to end in 8 years when Donald Trump has served his 2 terms. Because the average person, the farmer in Iowa, he's better off today than he was 33 days ago. And that is a fact. All right, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Milo. We have to talk about Milo. Is he going to do better now that he's unemployed? It would only make sense in this country. Hang in there, guys.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
So you've missed the healthcare deadline and don't have any form of healthcare? Liberty HealthShare has the answer. Liberty HealthShare offers an affordable healthcare option that allows Americans to enroll any time of the year. For those of you who have already enrolled but just aren't satisfied with what you've chosen, there's still hope. Liberty HealthShare allows Americans to control, manage, and direct their health care, yet still be in good standing with the Affordable Care Act. Members are exempt from the tax penalty and mandates imposed on individuals for not having health care insurance, thus giving you freedom from insurance. Liberty HealthShare empowers their members by giving them the ability to choose any doctor or hospital across the nation. Memberships are for individuals, couples, and families, offering a variety of options to best suit an individual's medical needs. If you're a freedom-loving American like myself, looking for contract-free health care, then this is for you. For more information on how to enroll at any time of the year, call 855-585-4237 or visit libertyhealthshare.org to request a free estimate. Do it today.
This is Jeff Carlisi from the Band 38 Special. Let us never forget that police lives matter.
You're listening to the Ryno Report, always right, on the RWB Network.
The Republicans want to repeal it. You know, they actually, with a straight face, say that the Great Recession was caused by too much regulation on Wall Street. They actually say that. You know, I remember when, you know, I've supported my husband through all of his races in Arkansas. And one of my favorite political ads of all time was a radio ad, rural Arkansas, where the announcer said, wouldn't it be great if somebody running for office said something, we could have an immediate reaction as to whether it was true or not? Well, we've trained this dog. And the dog, if it's not true, he's going to bark. And then the dog was barking on the radio. And so, you know, people were like barking at each other for days after that. I'm trying to figure out how we can do that with the Republicans. You know, we need to get that dog and follow them around, and every time they say these things, like, oh, you know, the Great Recession was caused by too much regulation. You know, I think we could cut right through a lot of their their claims.
All right, guys, welcome back to this last segment of today's show. Time flies. Time is definitely flying today. Check out all the old episodes, iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, or iHeartRadio. Of course, the Ryno Report. Can't forget the name. It's got to be on the tip of your tongue whenever you're thinking about what to listen to. Forget music. Forget books on tape. Ryno Report. We'll have to embed that somehow in a subliminal message during our commercials. We'll figure that out somehow. You know, if I'm a Democrat, I'm starting to take inventory of what I really believe in, because the party is changing at a rapid rate. It's no longer the party of global warming and saving the whales and Roe vs. Wade and anti-capital punishment and pro-choice and the polar ice caps. It's not about that anymore. Your party has taken a very drastic turn. So I would start to take stock of what I really believe in, what my ideals are. And I'm not telling you to become a conservative or become a Republican or a libertarian. I'm saying maybe independent. Maybe that's the way to go. See, because who's the face of the party? Is it Elizabeth Warren? Is it Nancy Pelosi? Is it Chuck Schumer? Is it still Barack Obama in some shadow government somewhere that we're going to have to get to at some point? Not enough time today to talk about it. Or could it be this guy, Keith Ellison? Of course, he's the front runner for the DNC chair. He's Muslim, not that we should hold that against him. But talking about anti-Semitic, he has very close ties to Louis Farrakhan. And it's the Democrats playing identity politics. Are you black? Check. Are you Muslim? Check. Great, you get to lead our party. That's the way it seems. And so I have a lot of Jewish friends here on Long Island, and they are absolutely appalled. They're all Democrat, by the way. They are all appalled at the direction, the anti-Semitic direction of their party. They're not quite sure what to think. They voted for Hillary, but now they're seeing that the party is taking a drastic turn. So you have to ask yourself, do you believe in anarchy? Do you believe in Sharia law? Do you believe in open borders? Do you believe a Jewish state shouldn't exist? Do you believe in equal rights for women and those in the LGBT community? Because pretty soon the Democrat Party won't. They are becoming the Sharia party. That's what they're becoming, and you really have to start taking stock. So if you are a Democrat, I think it's time you had the conversation with yourself, because the party won't have it with itself. It refuses to do an autopsy of where they went wrong. But you do not have to follow them down this very, very slippery slope. So, let's talk about slippery slopes for a second. Milo, we only have a couple of seconds here, but Milo, you know what? Here's my opinion on Milo. I've been asked a few different times about this, and my opinion on this is he's a smart guy who said some dumb things, and I think he believes he knows he said some dumb things, and maybe they were taken out of context, maybe they weren't. I don't know. But the flack that he's gotten for the last couple of days, perhaps it's somewhat deserved. And, of course, he did resign from Breitbart. I believe they gave him that option because they were going to fire him anyway. And it looks like he has perhaps this new venture starting. He wants to start his own media outlet, and we'll see how that takes off. But the ire and the vitriol towards Milo from the left, where were they when Lena Dunham talked about her 11-year-old sister? Or perhaps Roman Polanski when he's convicted of abusing children? Where were they with that? Conspicuously absent. Absent as they always are. So, guys, I hope you had a great time today. Check out all the old episodes, RynoReport.com. Listen to the show live, CRNTalk.com, CRN Channel 1, 2 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot to get through every single day. We go 100 miles an hour, so don't be scared. Just buckle your seatbelt, guys. So, that being said, a big thank you to all those serving our country at home and abroad, and a huge thank you to those in the law enforcement community. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the hard work. Please keep it up, and please, please, please stay safe. God bless all of you. God bless all of your families. Have a great rest of your week. If you're on vacation, I'm very jealous, but Until tomorrow, I'm the Ryno, and I'm out.
I'm back in the studio.